Hello and welcome to Express News. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. Let's start with the top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed India-Australia Circular Economy Hackathon. PM Modi said that there is a need to look at our consumption patterns and how we can reduce their ecological impact. PM also says circular economy can be a key step in solving many of our challenges in this regard. He was addressing the valedictory function of India-Australia Circular Economy Hackathon today via video conference. The Prime Minister said recycling and reusing things, eliminating waste and improving resource efficiency must become part of our lifestyles. He expressed hope that innovations showcased at the hackathon will inspire the two countries to take the lead in circular economy solutions. The Prime Minister said the energy and enthusiasm of today's youthful participants in the hackathon is a symbol of forward-looking partnership between India and Australia, and strong India-Australia partnership will play an important role in shaping the post-COVID world. Our youth, our young innovators, our startups will be at the forefront of this partnership. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said that a comprehensive strategic partnership will strengthen cooperation between the two countries in the areas of trade, investment, science and education. He added that the hackathon shows what India and Australia can achieve when they combine their complementing strengths. Prime Minister also addressed the convocation ceremony of Vishwa Bharati University today through a video conference. Governor of West Bengal and Rector of Vishwa Bharati, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, Union Education Minister Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank and Union MOS for Education Sanjay Dhotre were also present on the occasion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing the convocation, quoted the poem of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore on Veer Shivaji, which inspired him and called for unity of India. He urged the students to decide whether they want to be part of the problem or the solution. He added, if they put the nation first, then every decision will move towards some solution. PM said national education policy also breaks old restrictions and allows students to realize their full potential. It allows flexibility in selection of subjects and medium of instruction. The policy promotes entrepreneurship and self-employment, research and innovation. This education policy is a major milestone in the making of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated and laid foundation stone of the key projects of power and urban sector in Kerala via video conferencing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India is investing in our blue economy and said that government values the efforts of our fishermen. Fishermen will now have access to Kisan credit cards. Union Home Minister and senior Bharatiya Janata Party leader Amit Shah, who is on a two-day visit to Pole Mount, West Bengal, paid tributes to martyrs from the state at the National Library in Kolkata. In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists of Al-Badr outfit were killed in Shopian district of South Kashmir, while 2 terrorists managed to flee. In another encounter in Birwa area of Central Kashmir's Budgam district, a special police officer was martyred and another policeman was injured. The wreath-laying ceremony of martyred SPO Altaf Ahmed was held in Srinagar amid full honours and in presence of senior police officers. 2 policemen died after being shot at by a terrorist in Barzula area of the Srinagar district in Jammu and Kashmir. The area was cordoned off following the attack at the police party, and a hunt was on to nab the attackers after the force found CCTV footage of the terrorists. Amit Shah flagged off cycle rally from National Library in Kolkata and called upon youth to take inspiration from the martyrs and work tirelessly to make India great again. The centre today launched the Go Electric campaign to boost the adoption of electric mobility vehicles and electric cooking appliances to ensure energy security in the country. Launching the campaign, Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari said, Go Electric is future of India, which will promote cost-effective, environment-friendly and indigenous electric products. Power and Renewable Energy Minister R.K. Singh said that energy transition is needed to reduce dependence on the imported fossil fuels. He urged the people to adopt electric appliances. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today launched the intensified Mission Indradhanush 3.0 immunization program. The new program will begin from 22nd of February for 15 days and another phase from 22nd of next month. Union Health Minister urged people to take resolve for 100% immunization. He said the government has given top priority to the health sector in the budget, and the Finance Commission has also dedicated an entire chapter to the healthcare. The stock market continued its decline with the BSE Sensex losing around 500 points. Sensex stands 434.93 points to end at 50,889.76. Nifty tumbles 137.20 points to 14,981.75. Gold prices in India continued their decline as global rates also softened amid rising US bond yields. On MCX, gold futures slipped 0.2% to rupees 46,145 per 10 gram to near the lowest level in 8 months. Meanwhile, silver futures fell 1% to rupees 68,479. The Indian currency market remained closed today on account of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Jayanti. On February 18th, the rupee ended 10 paise higher at 72.65 per dollar against Wednesday's close of 72.75. Benchmark US crude oil for March delivery fell 62 cents to $60.52 a barrel. Brent crude oil for April delivery fell 41 cents to $63.93 a barrel. Wholesale gasoline for March delivery fell 2 cents to $1.79 a gallon. Deen Dayal Port Trust, one of the 12 major ports of India, has crossed 100 million metric tons in cargo handling. The port handled 13.25 MMT of liquid cargo and 43.76 MMT of dry cargo and containers at Kandla. It also handled 43.30 MMT at Badinaar. The government has released a record 1,25,217 crore this year and 2,97,196 crore more will be released during this financial year towards food subsidy, of which rupees 1,16,653 crore is reflected in PFMs towards Punjab, while for Haryana approximately rupees 24,841 crore would be benefiting the farmers. Paddy procurement for Kharif 2020 and 2021 is continuing smoothly in the procuring states and UTs of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Uttarakhand, Tamil Nadu, Chandigarh, Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam, Karnataka, West Bengal and Tripura with purchase of over 647.68 LMTs of paddy. This is an increase of 15.33% against the last year corresponding purchase of 561 LMT. Out of the total purchase of the 647 LMT, Punjab alone has contributed 202 LMT, which is 31.31% of total procurement. The Ministry of Civil Aviation and DGCA has granted conditional exemption for remotely piloted aircraft system users to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers. The permission allows drone deployment for remote sensing data collection in agricultural areas of 100 districts of the country. Reform-linked additional borrowing permissions are stimulating reforms in power sector in the states. As a part of reform process, 5 more states, namely Bihar, Goa, Karnataka, Rajasthan and Uttarakhand, have successfully met the target set by the Ministry of Power for reduction in aggregate technical and commercial losses. India has crossed a significant milestone in the fight against the global pandemic. As on 19 Feb 2021, the cumulative vaccine doses administered to healthcare and frontline workers against COVID-19 in the country has surpassed 1 crore. India took 34 days to achieve the landmark feat of 1 crore vaccinations, the second fastest in the world. A total of 1 crore 1,88,007 vaccine doses have been administered through 2,11,462 sessions as per the provisional report till 8 a.m. today. The second dose of COVID-19 vaccination started on 13 Feb 2021 for those beneficiaries who have completed 28 days after receipt of the first dose. As on day 34 of the vaccination drive, total 6,58,674 vaccine doses were given, out of which 4,16,942 beneficiaries were vaccinated across 10,812 sessions for first dose and 2,41,732 healthcare workers received the second dose of the vaccine. The country is witnessing a progressive increase in the vaccination day by day. 8 states account for 57.47% of the total vaccine doses administered in India. Uttar Pradesh alone accounts for 10.5%. 7 states account for 60.85% of the second vaccine doses administered in India. Telangana leads all the states with a 12% share of second doses administered in the country. 16 states and union territories have not reported any COVID-19 deaths in the last 24 hours. 15 states and union territories reported between 1 to 5 deaths, and 3 states and union territories reported between 6 to 10 deaths. India's total active case load currently stands at 1.39 lakh today. The active case load now is 1.27% of India's total positive cases. India's cumulative recovery stand at 1.06 crore today. The recovery rate is 97.30%. 10,896 patients have recovered and discharged in the last 24 hours. .15% of the new recovered cases are observed to be concentrated in 6 states. Kerala has reported the maximum number of single-day recoveries with 5,193 newly recovered cases. 2,543 people recovered in Maharashtra in the past 24 hours, followed by 470 in Tamil Nadu. 13,193 new daily cases have been recorded in the last 24 hours. 86.6% of the daily new cases are from 6 states. Maharashtra reports the highest daily new cases at 5,427. It is followed by Kerala with 4,584, while Tamil Nadu reported 457 new cases. 97 fatalities have been recorded in the last 24 hours. 5 states account for 76.29% of the daily deaths. Maharashtra saw the maximum casualties, 38. Kerala follows with 14 daily deaths, and Punjab reported 10 casualties. COVID-19 cases worldwide has surpassed 11 crore and 9 lakh. The total recoveries stand 8 crore 58 lakh. Virus has claimed over 24 lakh 54,000 lives globally. US continues to remain the worst affected from COVID-19, where more than 2 crore 85 lakh cases have been registered. The country has reported over 5 lakh 5,000 deaths due to COVID-19. Zimbabwe started its COVID-19 vaccination program on Thursday after receiving a donation of 2 lakh doses of the Sinopharm vaccine from China earlier in the week. Brazil surpassed 10 million confirmed coronavirus cases on Thursday as a new variant discovered in the Amazon threatens to further ravage a country where inoculations have been halted in many cities due to a lack of vaccines. The French Health Ministry reported 22,501 new confirmed COVID-19 cases on Thursday, compared with 25,018 on Wednesday and 21,063 last Thursday. Health Minister Olivier Véran said that the isolation period for positive cases would be increased to 10 days from 7 from Monday. Iraq reintroduced a nationwide curfew on Thursday after the country recorded a sharp rise in COVID-19 infections. A Belarusian court sentenced two Belarusian journalists from Poland-based TV news channel Belsat to 2 years in prison after authorities arrested them for live filming protests against President Alexander Lukashenko. A Russian court handed Anastasia Shevchenko, an anti-Kremlin activist, a suspended 4-year sentence on Thursday after finding her guilty of carrying out activities on behalf of an undesirable group. Thousands gathered in Barcelona on Thursday for a third night of protests against the jailing of Catalan rapper Pablo Hasél for glorifying terrorism and insulting royalty in his songs. Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune on Thursday announced the dissolution of the lower house of the parliament and called early legislative elections. NASA's science rover Perseverance, the most advanced astrobiology laboratory ever sent to another world, streaked through the Martian atmosphere on Thursday and landed safely on the floor of a vast crater. Intrepid climbers tackle a shimmering 40-meter wall of ice in the Czech village of Vir. The wall is not a natural formation. Taking advantage of plummeting temperatures, members of the Czech Climbing Union pour water over the cliff face every year to create a challenging climb. A grandfather in Estonia has created a computer-free experience for his grandchildren, an ice carousel on the Baltic Sea measuring 12 meters in diameter and weighing 22 tons. It is formed of a large circle cut into the surrounding ice on a frozen lake and is powered by a small outboard motor. Dozens of swans have flocked to a reservoir in western Ukraine this winter, evading snow and ice to enjoy the warm waters discharged from a nearby nuclear power plant. Heavy snowfall dusted Istanbul's iconic buildings, including the Hagia Sophia and Blue Mosque, as locals enjoyed the wintry conditions. The snowfall is expected to continue in Istanbul, with temperatures remaining below 3 degrees Celsius. Britain's Prince Andrew celebrates his 61st birthday on Friday, over a year after retiring from public duties. The royal stepped down from public duties in November 2019 over his connections to scandals involving late US financier Jeffrey Epstein. However, the prince has not been accused of criminal wrongdoing. Known to be a favorite of his mother, Queen Elizabeth, in his youth, Andrew was also a popular royal with the public. The British press provided him with the nickname Randy Andy for his glamorous lifestyles. Former Goldman Sachs banker Richard Sharp has been confirmed as the new chair of Britain's BBC for 4 years. The BBC chair, who is officially appointed by the Queen on the recommendation of the government, is responsible for upholding and protecting the independence of the broadcaster. The baguette, a mix of wheat flour, water, yeast, salt and a pinch of savoir-faire, and as much as a symbol of France as the Eiffel Tower, may soon join UNESCO's listing of cultural treasures. Bakers say the traditional craft loaf is being pushed off shop shelves by frozen bread sticks made on giant assembly lines. The Confederation of French Bakers has submitted its application to be added to the UN rankings of intangible treasures. The baguette finds itself up against two rivals for the French bid: the zinc-plated rooftops of Paris and the Jura region's Bio de Arbois wine festival. When the small town of Cadorno was thrust into an uncontrollable outbreak of COVID a year ago, Francesco Terzi was one of the local doctors who suddenly found himself in Europe's first epicenter. Sports now, Daniil Medvedev has another opportunity to land a first Grand Slam title after beating Stefanos Tsitsipas to reach the Australian Open finals. 4th seed Daniil Medvedev will contest his second major final when he meets Novak Djokovic on Sunday. Britain's Joel Salisbury is one win away from another Australian Open crown after reaching the men's doubles final at the expense of Jamie Murray. 5 months after playing an enthralling US Open semi-final, Naomi Osaka and Jennifer Brady will battle it out for the Australian Open trophy on Saturday. Belgian Elise Mertens and Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus won the Australian Open women's doubles title. Belgian Elise Mertens and Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus beat the Czech duo of Barbora Krejcikova and Katerina Siniakova 6-2, 6-3 in Melbourne. India's number 1 Ankita Raina added another memorable first to her Australia trip by claiming her first WTA title, the doubles win at the Phillip Island Trophy. Football now, Tottenham beat Wolfsberger in the Europa League last 32 leg. Bale crossed for Son Heung-min to head the opener and then cut inside and blasted home their second goal. Leicester City came away with a goalless draw in the Europa League last 32 tie against Slavia Prague. Brendan Rodgers' side at the third place in the Premier League. Manchester United side are out to correct last season's Europa League mistakes after they took a huge stride towards the last 16 by thrashing Real Sociedad 4-0 in Turin. Rangers secured a 4-3 win over Antwerp in the first leg of the Europa League round of 32. Bukayo Saka earned Arsenal a 1-1 draw against Benfica in the first leg of the Europa League last 32 tie. Japan's Seiko Hashimoto has been appointed as the new president of the Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee. Newly elected Tokyo 2020 President Seiko Hashimoto said she will swiftly take action to rebuild the committee that has been in turmoil since its former president resigned. Baby Rojisana Chanu and Vinka had advanced to the semi-finals at the 13th Adriatic Pearl tournament. Designer Rebecca Minkoff created an indoor botanical garden for her latest line at New York Fashion Week in one of the few live shows with a limited number of guests. This season, New York Fashion Week is a mostly virtual event with most designers sharing videos of their collections due to COVID-19 restrictions. At the show, models posed in floaty summer dresses and frocks adorned in floral or animal prints. Dinners with friends and night outs inspired Bagley Mishka's Fall 2021 line presented at New York Fashion Week, with the American label presenting an array of shiny dresses for when fashionistas will be able to socialize freely again. Filmed earlier this month, the video shows models dressed in black and white trouser suits, black and midnight blue velvet evening gowns adorned with huge bows, shimmering metallic fringed dresses and golden and bronze satin pajama outfits. Virgin, the storied record label once home to acts including the Spice Girls, was relaunched on Thursday with a mission to nurture a new generation of indie talent. Rebranded for the digital age as Virgin Music Label and Artist Services, the label is now part of the giant Universal Music Group. Founded in 1972 by British entrepreneur Richard Branson and with its roots in punk, reggae and new wave sounds, Virgin Records' past roster has included David Bowie, the Rolling Stones Culture Club and Massive Attack. Pop star Demi Lovato said she had 3 strokes and a heart attack when she was hospitalized for a drug overdose in 2018 and was also left with some brain damage. In 2018, the former Disney Channel child star was found unconscious at a home in the Hollywood Hills from an overdose. Only a few weeks earlier, she had released a song called Sober, in which she sang about relapsing after 6 years of sobriety. British actress Rosamund Pike, who received an Oscar nomination for her portrayal of anti-hero Amy Dunn in Gone Girl, takes another villainous tone in satirical thriller I Care a Lot. The star plays Marla Grayson, a Conning Court-appointed guardian who brazenly takes advantage of the legal system. Marla shows her true colors out of it as she tracks down and tricks potential clients and their families with her business and life partner, Fran, played by Isa Gonzalez. I Care a Lot is released globally on Netflix and Amazon Prime on Friday. A year after South Korean satire Parasite took Hollywood by storm, another Korean language movie, Minari, is making waves during awards season. Minari will be released in US movie theaters on Friday and in South Korea in March. An intensely personal story from writer-director Lee Isaac Chung. The film is based partly on his own life as a young boy growing up in Arkansas. The film, which has already won multiple nominations for Hollywood Awards, is being widely embraced for its universal humanity. New psychological thriller Fear of Rain takes audiences inside the mind of a schizophrenic teenager. The movie stars Catherine Hegel and Harry Connick Jr. as the parents who are trying to settle their child into normal high school life. Written and directed by Castile Landon, Fear of Rain was shot in 2019 before coronavirus lockdown. Fear of Rain was released on VOD and in some theaters in the United States on February 12th and DVD and Blu-ray on February 16th. Directorate of Film Festivals has invited entries for the 68th National Film Awards 2020. The last date for submission of online application is 12th March till 6 p.m, whereas the deadline for the receipt of the hard copy of submitted online application along with requisite documents is 19th March. Well, that's all we have in Express News. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.